overused, cliche ways to analyze the game of football has come in the form of the system quarterback. This is something that if you followed football for any amount of time, you have heard about at least once. And it's always these people on ESPN, and that's fine. That's their job, is to break the game down. The problem is that cliche. I understand looking at the quarterback and making these grand assumptions. I understand that. And I think sometimes, yeah, there are bad quarterbacks. And it needs to be pointed out, or it can be pointed out. But the problem comes when, in everything else in the world, at least ideally, we want the people that know what they're talking about to speak on the subject. Now, I don't think I'm someone who would be regarded in most subjects or fields as anyone who knows anything. Even in this one, honestly. I'm looking at the camera of my computer and talking. But that doesn't mean, as a fan, and as many other fans, you don't see it when someone who's supposedly an expert and has the platform and has all those things is spewing out stupid bullshit. The example this week comes from Dano talking about on Get Up. Just casually says, oh yeah, if Mac Jones was in the same systems as Brock Purdy, he could do everything he's doing. Every single thing he's doing, he could do that. I have so much respect for Orlovsky. Because he has done what I believe should be the bare minimum, which is he actually watches the film. I know he does. I know he knows the game way more than I do. I know he understands football to a great extent. And that's why it is so much worse when a guy like that is so wrong about something. So incredibly wrong about the idea that what Brock Purdy's doing could be replaced by Mac Jones. Just by anybody coming in the system who has a decent talent could come in and do what he does. It's disrespectful to a position you played for probably 20 plus years of your life. It's disrespectful to every quarterback, and it's most importantly disrespectful to Brock Purdy. Because look, this life is hard. This life is all about your journey, about how hard you're working at something, and this guy has worked past every adversity he's had to in his life. They call him Mr. Irrelevant. They literally give you a fucking jersey that says irrelevant on the back of it. And he's a top 5, top 7. He's an MVP candidate. And now you're just casual on ESPN because they gave you a fucking platform because you were a backup for some time, so they think you're a fucking expert. You're going over here and you're saying this kind of shit. It's a joke. It's a flat out fucking joke. I cannot believe this guy would do that, because usually I feel like he respects and understands that he has real, that like fans like me want to see guys like him on TV. And then he just does some fucking ignorant, to say that, it's crazy. You owe Brock, you don't owe anybody. I'm sure Brock will be fine. Brock, you're the least of his worries, but it's awful to hear that from someone you just expect more from. I expect it from the other guys you work with. I really do. And I like those guys too. I'm not as much, but I try to respect those guys and I understand where they're coming from. But, Stephen A. and I expect it from them. But you played in the NFL. You really played it's a joke. And then he says, he tries to clarify on Twitter, hey, well, this is not a shot at Brock. I just wanted to say that, most of what Mac is doing is because of his situation. Just say that. You could have just said that. You didn't have to throw fucking Brock under the bus. And you know that. You're a smart guy. So what? You could have just said that. Just find another fucking example or analogy to say that. Since when do we, how does that make any sense? You're better than that. You're 100% better than that.